Hello everyone, welcome to Research Area series. Today's topic is food studies. Food studies in English literature is a fascinating interdisciplinary field that explores the cultural, social, and symbolic meanings of food within literary text. By analyzing how food is represented, discussed, and used as a narrative device, scholars can uncover deeper insights into themes such as identity, power, class, gender, colonialism, and more. This field intersects with culture studies, anthropology, history, and sociology, providing a rich context for understanding the significance of food in literature. And coming to the key themes in food studies, first of all, food as identity. Food often serves as a marker of cultural, ethnic, and personal identity in literature. For example, in Jhumpa Lahiri's Namesake, food plays a crucial role in expressing the immigrant experience and the conflict between traditional Indian values and American culture. Second theme is food and power dynamics. Food can symbolize power and control, particularly in terms of who has access to certain foods and who does not. For example, in Charles Dickens' Oliver Twist, the iconic scene where Oliver Twist asks for more gruel is a powerful commentary on poverty and the dehumanizing effects of institutional power. Third theme is rituals and social customs. Food is often tied to rituals, holidays, and social customs, serving as a means of bringing people together or reinforcing social hierarchies. In Virginia Woolf's To the Lighthouse, the dinner scene is laden with tension, serving as a microcosm of the characters' relationships and the underlying conflicts within the family. Fourth theme is food and gender. Food can be used to explore gender roles and expectations, particularly in terms of who prepares the food, who serves it, and who consumes it. For example, in Margaret Atwood's The Edible Woman, food becomes a symbol of female autonomy and resistance against societal pressures, with the protagonist's relationship to food mirroring her struggle for independence. Next theme is colonialism and food. Literature often explores the impact of colonialism on food culture, examining how colonial powers have influenced and appropriated the food traditions of colonized peoples. In Salman Rushdie's Midnight's Children, food reflects the complex legacy of British colonialism in India, symbolizing both cultural fusion and the loss of traditional practices. The next is hunger and starvation. Hunger, both literal and metaphorical, is a recurring theme in literature. In Janet Winterson's Oranges Are Not the Only Fruit, the protagonist's relationship with food is tied to her emotional hunger for love and acceptance, as well as her rebellion against religious and societal constraints. Next is food and memory. Food is often linked to memory in literature, serving as a trigger for nostalgia or a means of connecting characters to their past. In Marcel Proust, In Search of Lost Time, the famous Madeleine scene illustrates how a simple taste can unlock a flood of memories, connecting the protagonist to his childhood and his sense of self. Next is food as metaphor. Food is frequently used as a metaphor in literature, symbolizing everything from desire and temptation to corruption and decay. In Franz Kafka's The Metamorphosis, Gregor Samsa's changing appetite reflects his transformation and alienation, with food serving as a metaphor for his diminishing humanity. The next is ethical and environmental concerns. Literature can also address ethical and environmental concerns related to food, such as issues of sustainability, animal rights, and the impact of industrial agriculture. In Ruth Ozeki's My Year of Meats, The novel critiques the American meat industry and explores the ethical dilemmas surrounding food production and consumption. And the last theme is food and the body. The relationship between food and the body is a significant theme in literature, often exploring issues of body image, health, and social pressures surrounding food consumption. For example, in Like Water for Chocolate by Laura Esquivel, food is closely tied to the protagonist's emotions and her physical and spiritual well being, with each dish she prepares reflecting her inner state. Now, let's see some of the notable works and authors in food studies within the English literature. Okay, so the first one is The Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde, Like Water for Chocolate by Laura Esquivel, The Jungle by Upton Sinclair, The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath, Babette's Feast by Isaac Denizen, The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy, The Joy Luck Club by Amy Tan, Cranford by Elizabeth Gaskell, Kitchen by Banana Yoshimoto, Heartburn by Nora Ephron. There will be more examples. You can try to figure that out by yourself. Now, what are the critical approaches in food studies? First of all, cultural and post-colonial studies. Next is feminist criticism, eco-criticism, psychoanalysis, Marxist criticism, and queer theory. And the notable scholars and theorists related to this area are Michaela de Leonardo, Carol Cohihan. I don't know whether the pronunciation is right. It's Carolee Cohihan, maybe. Okay. Warren Belasco, Sydney Mintz, and Alice Julier. Okay, now we are moving on to the key terms related to the food studies in English literature. There is gastronomy, culinary symbolism, food ways, commensality, culinary identity, famine and hunger, feasting and celebration, food and gender, culinary nostalgia, sustainability and food ethics, food and colonialism, food as resistance, edible landscapes, gastropolitics, and food rituals. Now we are coming to the last section, that is a very important section in this episode, that is a possible research topics related to food studies. First topic is culinary symbolism and identity in post-colonial literature. Here you have to explore how post-colonial authors use food to symbolize identity, resistance, and cultural heritage. Second topic is food and gender roles in Victorian literature. Analyze the depiction of food and domesticity in Victorian novels, focusing on gender dynamics and social expectations. Next is famine and hunger in modernist literature. Investigate how themes of famine and hunger are portrayed in modernist literature and their impact on characters and narrative structure. Next is culinary nostalgia and memory in diasporic literature. Study how diasporic authors use food to evoke nostalgia and explore themes of displacement and cultural memory. Next is feasting and celebration in medieval and Renaissance literature. Examine the role of food in feasts and celebrations in medieval and Renaissance texts and their symbolic meanings. Next topic is food ethics and sustainability in contemporary fiction. Explore how contemporary authors address issues of food ethics, sustainability, and environmental concerns in their works. Foodways and cultural identity in American Southern literature. Analyze how Southern authors depict foodways as central to cultural identity and social structure. Next is gastropolitics in dystopian literature. Investigate the political implications of food production and consumption in dystopian narratives. Next topic is food as resistance in African American literature. Explore how African American authors use food as a form of cultural resistance and empowerment in their works. Next is edible landscapes and the environment in eco-critical literature. Study the depiction of landscapes as food producing environments in eco-critical literature, focusing on sustainability and environmental ethics. Next is commensality and conflict in war literature. Analyze the role of shared meals and food related conflict in literature set during wartime. Next topic is food and colonialism in Caribbean literature. Examine the impact of colonialism on food practices in Caribbean literature, focusing on themes of exploitation and resistance. Next topic is culinary identity and migration in global literature. Investigate how global authors explore culinary identity in the context of migration, displacement, and cultural exchange. Next is food rituals and social structure in indigenous literature. Explore the role of food rituals in shaping social structure and cultural identity in indigenous literary works. And the last topic is culinary narratives in children's literature. Study how food is used to convey moral lessons, cultural values, and identity in children's literature. Okay, hope you liked the video.